So again, we have two young folks, just like all of us here, young in heart and young in mind, who saw a need at their high school and took a stand.
That's your slide, right.
Hello. Hi, my name is Kevin.
And I'm Henry, and we're the coordinators for the Windermere Waste Reduction Team. So our story begins with our garden. Kevin and I, we were just entering grade 8, and it was pretty much a whole new school. There wasn't even a garden there, but there were these two grade 12 students, and gardens at the time in schools weren't a really big thing, so it was very new. And our leadership teacher, Mr. Jackson, he actually he gave us the task of managing the compost. And at that time, we didn't even know what organic meant. So we were new to the whole concept of composting. But we started small in the classrooms. And it was a goal to work with the garden to create a closed cycle where all our food waste would, thank you, would eventually end up back into our garden as compost. So that's pretty much how we start our compost.
So the composting in our school started around 3 years ago, and we started with those 4 black bins that we had right in the picture right there, and then we moved on into vermicompost. Vermicompost is with the red wigglers. They are the worms. I think you can see one over there, and up there there's a red worm. Yeah, and they're really good in composting organic matter. And yeah, Henry and I were, grade 8. We didn't know what was organic or what was compost. But as we learned in the garden, as being been involved, we know what composting is. And first of all, we did start with 2 classrooms, and now there's has been a norm in Windermere, and composting has now there's green bin. Actually, we have a green bin here. These green bins are actually around Windermere in each classroom. And each teacher is taking a responsibility in putting these green bins out weekly, and grade 10 leadership students will pick them up and put them in our earth tub, which we'll explain later.
And also, I just want to note, when we started composting back in grade 8, we only started in 2 classrooms for a reason, because there wasn't a lot of support from around the school. But as each year progressed by, we managed to put an extra bin here and there and work with the CAF to reduce their waste by collecting all the kitchen waste from their kitchen, especially because they have a culinary arts training program there. So it wasn't really accepted by the teachers, because whenever there was fruit flies, it would always end up back at us, or stinky back at us. Pretty much any problem we would name it, it would always end up back at us. So it was a really big struggle in the beginning, but as you can see now that we've pushed forward, and I think it was last year actually, where we went to a staff meeting and we proposed it to the teachers again about having these green bins in their classrooms, not even just in the halls, but in their classrooms. And because they have a carbon filter, it reduces the scent, and we needed to gain their trust pretty much of making sure that students will actually take out their compost, and it's their job too to put it out in the hall, or else they'll end up with a stinky compost and it won't be our fault.
We also wash the bins too, so we clean the bins, and then we'll return the, oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me back there? No? Okay, yes, the microphone, sorry. So yeah, we wash the bins, and we make sure that we return to the classrooms. We expanded our project from a grant we received from Generations Green from the Vancouver Foundations, and that helped us expand our composting system, not only our school, but in our community.
So the Generation Green grant, that allowed us to purchase all the green compost bins for our school, as well as an extra, I believe it was extra 2 bike trailers that grade 10 students, they actually go out during PE class, and they bike around the community to elementary schools, our community center, to the senior society, and they actually pick up compost in bins. And they actually bring it back to Windermere for our Earth Tub, which kind of coincided with the Generation Green grant. The Earth Tub is like an industrial-sized composter if you haven't heard about it. Our previous administrator, Mr. Chanel, he actually surprised us with it because he did it all on his own, and then he's just like, oh, you guys got a new composter. So it's pretty big, and it's half manpower, half machine power. It's pretty fun to operate. And yeah, it's really allowed us to expand a lot and reach out into the community.
This industrial earth tub is actually, there's 3 in Vancouver, I believe. One at David Thompson, we have one, and Grandview Elementary. So elementary school actually has this, and students are taking care of it with Brent, I guess. Yeah, I think it's Brent.
And last year, as each grade in our school, in our leadership program, has kind of a role. And last year, the grade 11 class, their role was to go out to elementary schools and start composting in all the elementary schools. So it was pretty successful. We've got quite a few schools start their composting, and most of them actually have gardens, so it's really useful for them as well.
So alternative ways. So Windermere, other than composting, we have been, before actually composting, we had the recycling program. Our juice boxes were being recycled weekly, and it's basically the same system as composting. We grab the blue bins, spread them out, pile them into each bag, and then a person will pick them up. And we've been also recycling our battery. And we didn't know this until we went to the office. These are 2 bins that we can put any type of battery, and they'll take it, and they'll send it to, do you know where they send it to? No, we don't really know, but yeah. And also there's printer, cartridge, cell phones that are being recycled, also in the top photo.
We're just gonna rush along because we have some people here presenting with us too. And we just have our future now. So we won't be here next year, but our cafeteria, Ms. Wong, she's actually the teacher in charge of the cafeteria. She approached us this year, and she wanted to convert all the kitchen material, like the plates, forks, et cetera, into compostable material, so it can all go directly into the earth tub. As well, we're working with Greenpack? Canada Greenpack, and they're supplying us with extra bins that specifically deal with these compostable materials, so they'll be helping us compost those as well. And with this, our cafeteria teacher proposed like a 25-cent fee for the students, and we predict the students won't be too happy, but we're going to try and educate them the best we can. And we'd like to bring up our Earth Day people. So yeah, we'd like to bring up our Earth Day people who came up with us. And they have a little presentation about the Earth Day parade that they're planning.
Hi, we're from a group called Youth for Climate Justice Now. My name is Caitlin.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Angela.
Yeah, and we have a passion, and as you may have guessed, it's a combination of social justice and climate change we like to call it climate justice, and that passion is why we're organizing the 2nd annual Earth Day Parade.
So you may have heard about it last year. This year it's happening again at Commercial Drive on Sunday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. And we're gathering at Commercial SkyTrain Station, and there'll be a parade down Commercial Drive until we hit Grandview Park, where there's going to be a celebration of music, entertainers, speakers, including Rex Weiler, and also Buckman Coe, if you've heard of him before. And it's just a really great day to, have intergenerational interaction and also, have fun.
Yeah, and we also have a petition. We also have a petition that we'd like to use to raise awareness about the impacts oil projects would have on the environment and on communities across the world, and to show that people don't want to sacrifice their futures for oil. So it'd be great if you guys could go to earthdayparade.ca and learn more about the event and maybe even sign our petition. So, we also have it here. So
if you are interested in signing it, then you can just come up to us. And also we have a video that David Suzuki made for us So you can just check on our website. It's pretty cool.